You're listening and watching to a very special podcast. Alright, everyone, we're going to continue where we left off in Katrina's point of view. And boy, it's going to get intense. Woo! Woo! Alright, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Once Dornbolt has fully recovered, he decided to walk around for a bit. However, he came across a room full of body parts. He was clearly disgusted at this. He confronted Frigga. However, Frigga said, "Not what you think. We're not killers, and that's not a trophy set if that's what you're thinking." "Then what is this?" "Organs? They're organs to the victims," Frigga said. "Look, I'm keeping them as evidence. People were killed. I need to keep them to expose Demos Falcone to the world of his crimes." "Crimes? I think you should turn yourself in for keeping these." "Why don't you check my fingerprint, huh? As if there's a magic for it. Why don't you check my hands? Check anything else. Go ahead." "I can't." "Why not? I mean, don't you have the magic to do that?" "That's not what this is about." "Oh, really?" "I'm sorry that you lost all the people in the Grand Magic Council." "They're not really grand. It's just the judicial system. Is that what this is to you?" "All my life, I have to deal with a lot of people who see Nevermore as a place to take their children there. But when they get a closer look on what it looks like, then things get from bad to worse. But all Deimos has to do is sugarcoat the sick and horrid there. It's not a place of pleasure. It's a pleasure to pain. They make you feel like crap. They do a lot of horrible things. Evil does that," Dorenbolt said. "Yeah? Well, who's the evil one?" "It's Deimos. Deimos is the one causing all this," Frigga said. Why do you have such a hatred to him?" Dorenbolt said. "What is your purpose? Why do you want to get rid of him so badly?" Now that set Frigga off. She charged at him. Then she said loudly for everyone to hear, "The only reason I want to take down that son of a bitch is because he is a bigot. He's a killer, a murderer. He's a horrid piece of crap, and I want him dead. Do you hear me?" Then she backed down, shocked of what she just said. Then she had to sit for a moment. Calm down, okay? Nothing to it. If you do, you're gonna set off the sparks in your head, and then you're gonna go crazy again. Yeah, sure. Really great, isn't it? Frigga said. Just then, they had unexpected company. Sure enough, it was Rare Devlin and the Dragon Slayers, and boy did Frigga was so happy to see them that she welcomed them in. However, she liked for them to have dinner, but she sent them off into the guest room because she had company. And boy, wasn't good. It was a soldier of Nevermore, and it looked like he was angry. He digged up the research of Frigga Pantomime. She never existed. She was just a fraud name. Her real name was Frigga Falcone. Frigga was so shocked that he discovered this, and he sneered at her as he threatened to expose her. He continued to scream at her until Frigga snapped. She grabbed a big butcher knife and continuously stabbed him and stabbed him and stabbed him until there was nothing left of him. There was red plasma in a pool all over the floor. Frigga was so shocked, she dropped the knife and fell to her knees. She thought maybe she heard something and turned around, only to find nobody was there. Once food was ready, she had to dispose of the remains. Not into the food, but rather into somewhere else. Chopping the soldier's body into itty-bitty pieces, she put them in a bag and kicked it into a den where it kept the infestation that longed for the meal in the bag. Frigga was disgusted, but then she walked away. "Food's ready?" she asked. Yeah," said Talia. "Good. I think it's time. Dorma, would you gladly come and go and get them?" "Sure." She left the room, but then she came back a few minutes later with a nervous look on her face. "Well," Frigga said, well, you see, they're taking their sweet time, well, yes, I mean, there's something going on that..." She tried to make up a lot of excuses, but it was no use of hiding the truth. She dropped her head, and she said those words that made Frigga's skin stop crawling. "They're not coming," she admitted. "Wait for it, wait." "What?" Frigga screamed. She marched out of the kitchen, out of the dining room. Dorma and the others followed. "Frigga? Frederica! Wait! Hang on!" Frigga appeared at the door and began knocking on it hard. "Hey, I thought I told you to come down for dinner. I'm not hungry. We're all not hungry," Aurora said. "Get your asses out here or else I'm going to break the door down," Frigga said. I could be wrong about this," Troilus said, "but I don't think that's the way to talk to them." "Come on, attempt to be a gentle lady," Bruno said. "But they're being so difficult," Frigga said with clenched teeth. "Come on, be gentle. Be very, very gentle," Celandine said. Frigga took a deep breath, and then she said, "Will you please come down to eat?" Frigga said. "Not in a million years," Aurora said behind the door. Frigga was upset. "See?" she rasped. Dorma said. "Swallow your anger.
Then Frigga clenched her teeth and smiled brightly, and said, "It would give me great pleasure if you would please maybe try some of my cooking." I can see that, Dorma said. Then Frigga said, "Please." "No, thank you," Barber said. "Oh, come on! You can't stay in there forever," Frigga said. "Oh, yes, we can, and there's not a thing you can do about it," Barber said. "Fine, fine. Go ahead and starve," Frigga